So today's agenda is IAM, right? So what is IAM? It is abbreviated as Identity and Access Management. So as and when we purchase a new laptop, so we create users, right? So users and groups are very important. So we will add those users to some groups so that he gets some special permissions to perform some actions in the operating system, right? So same way in AWS also IAM is there. So that is mainly useful for managing the users. Okay. So we have two types of users, right? So one is so the user number one is management user. That is okay. So he will have only management access, right? And the second one is CLI user, right? So management access means the way you are seeing, right? So this is called management console. Okay, this is called the management console access, right? Now you need to understand very important thing here. Okay, see, whenever there are two important aspects when it comes to user management. One is authentication and the second main point is authorization, right? Now what do you mean by authentication? Suppose authentication means that, for example, now this is, imagine this is AWS account. Okay, now this is AWS account. It can be any account, production, dev, QA, it doesn't really matter. What we are discussing here is user management, right? So now this is me. Now let me draw here. Now this is me. I am sitting at my home. Okay, I am trying to access. Okay, and of course this is my router. So I am connected to the internet via my router, and of course from internet I need to access the AWS account. Now remember, observe this carefully. See, if a user like me is allowed to log in, just log in, okay, that process is called as authentication, right? That is the first step wherever you do. For example, everyone are familiar with Gmail, right? So what you do whenever we type Gmail, okay, so it asks for username and password, right? Now this is definitely it. I have already logged in because of the cache. It automatically picks up my user ID and password. But what about other websites? Okay, now see here. Let me say Cloud Guru. Let me go to other website. Okay, so there is one Cloud Guru website is there. So let me go here. Now see if here sign in. Okay, so this is the main page. Okay, so I have just picked up a random website. Okay, it has nothing to do with this website. I'm just trying to explain what you mean by. Now you will be given a user ID and password. Now let me put this. Okay, now try to log in. So it is checking, and okay, I am a valid user. It allowed me, right? So it allowed me, and it's saying account deactivated, right? So I was an earlier member, but it is deactivated. Now let me try with another password. Now sign in. Now let me give another random username and password. Okay, now let me say Mithun at mithun.com and say welcome. Now it says wrong. So this is called authentication process. So only see in the previous example, even though I entered, see this is the authentication. That means Mithun at mithun.com is not a valid user to enter into this domain. That is the first example. Now second example is, now it is allowing me to go inside. That means mithun.satyanarayan@intl.verizon.com is a valid user, but he is not authorized to do. Now it will check. Okay, even but it says your account is deactivated. Means I do not have the permissions to perform anything inside this account. Okay, so same happens with the AWS. So authentication means your user like me is allowed to go inside. Yes, I am allowed to go inside. That is authentication. But inside AWS account, what and all I can do. So that is called as authorization. So these two things you have to remember. So I will mention authorization inside. Let me. So authorization. Okay. So for this you can take a college example. See, even a college student is also a member of the college, but he cannot enter the principal room without permission or HOD room without permission, right? So he or she should have a proper permission. So how we are managing that authorization? By giving what? Policies. Okay. We are giving policies and roles. Okay. So we are giving that permission by attaching the policies and roles to that user. Right? Is this concept clear? Now we are going to make you see, initially you will be using this management access because you will be logging in via console itself. Now from last week we have started this Terraform. So for Terraform, which type of user we are using? That is, we are using CLI user. That I have already taught you, right? So for this CLI user, it requires a secret access key ID and secret access key, right? So only then via SDK it will be able to communicate with AWS, okay, resources via command line interface. Okay, of course in the backend also they will be using, whether it is a CLI user or a management access user, okay, management console user, they will be given permission using policies and role only. Now if you log into IAM, you will find this. Okay, now just search in the services bar, search bar, just search for IAM. Okay, so you will go to the, now please remember IAM is a global. Now what do you mean by global? So that is global user, sorry. So IAM is global. What do you mean by that? IAM is global. Means it is not region specific. Once you create a user inside IAM, that user is replicated, or that user can create anything. If proper policy and roles are attached, he or she can create any resource in any region, provided that policy or that permission or that role is granted. Okay, so all region user is valid. Okay, now simply let me demonstrate for you. Now I have created, so now we have 7 users, right? See, Venkatesh, Vinay, Terraform users are there, right? Isn't it? Now if I simply create, now I will create the user Raj. Okay, now I'm creating, now I have got a requirement. So in real time how we get tickets is, a new member has added, so his name is Raj. Okay, you need to create a user. Okay, for him I'm just creating a programmatic access. Fine. Sorry, not programmatic access, that is management, because initially we will be giving only him management console. Okay. And custom password, I will just give welcome. Okay. And I am deselecting it. Okay. Welcome at 1234. Okay. Next, permission. Now I am not giving any permission. I am not giving any permission. Okay. Even though he will be able to log in, I will show it to you. Okay. So I am not creating anything. Okay. Just I am creating. See, it says this user has no permission, and I am creating user. Yes. So Raj user is created. Okay. Now let me try to log in to this user. Right. Okay. Let me open. So I will open an console in the incognito mode. IAM user, that is account ID. I am going to give it as micro degree, right? And IAM user, I am going to give it as Raj. So this is what I will created, and password is welcome. See, I am able to log in because I completed the process of authentication. But remember, I have so many resources. Now let me go to EC2. I will not be able to see anything. It will show an API error. What does it mean? You are not authorized to. That is what I wanted to show you guys. You are, what it says, you are not authorized to perform this operation, means I don't have any access. Now let me give him access on the go. How to give access? Just close this tab. Same in the, yes, refresh this tab. Right, go to that user. Okay, yes, see, add permissions, attach policies. Now I'm going to give him only read permission because he is a new joiner. We cannot trust him, right? We cannot trust Raj because he may be inexperienced. He may delete some resources which may bring impact to our production, right? So what I'm going to do is EC2 read only. I'm going to give only EC2 read only access. I'm going to give. Now just see here. Now I'll go to my this console and just refresh. Okay, it will take some time. See now. So automatically I can see the things now. You're getting it? Now this is called authorization. So I gave him the authority to read, but he will not be able to start the instance. No, he will not able to start. It will show an error. Okay. Now this is called authorization. Now in IAM, we create custom policies, custom roles. Okay. Now, one more thing. Suppose we also get some kind of use case wherein, now come back to this diagram. Okay. Now this is okay. This is for a normal user. But sometimes what happens is, now inside AWS account, we will have our EC2 instance. Okay. Now this is AWS EC2 instance. Now we will also have our bucket, right? So imagine this is our bucket. Okay, this is S3 bucket. What is this? This is S3. And this is what? This is EC2, right? So by default, this EC2 will not be able to talk to S3 bucket. Okay, so this is a default security behavior they have implemented, that by default no resources will be able to communicate with any resource unless we give them what? Permissions. We give them what? Authorization. That is given by roles. Okay. So we create role and attach it to the EC2 instance. Okay. So we create a role. Okay. I am going to mention it as R and attach it to the EC2 instance. Now from here I can talk to S3. Once the role is attached, so I can. Now you may ask me why it is required. Suppose if you want to push some logs, okay, if you want to perform some operations, if you want to create some resource, okay, using CLI, because see, nowadays many people are avoiding manual tasks, okay, they want to automate in as much possible way, okay, so that is why we have AWS CLI also, right? Correct. So the best example I can give is, let me demonstrate, otherwise you will not understand. So let me spin up a EC2 instance real quick so that to demonstrate this behavior. Right now, let me launch instance. I'm going to select Amazon EC2. Okay, leave everything default. You can name it as role. Okay, because I'm going to demonstrate the power of role, and select the security group as open to world SG because I need to log into this instance and launch. I'm going to select microdegree 2 keeper and launch the instance. Now let me go inside. Yes. Now see here. Now let me copy the public IP and open my git bash. Yes, it is here. Yes. Now let me go to down cd downloads. See, cd is for, I already taught you, for what? Change directory. So ssh-e micro degree, which keeper I selected, just a moment. Yeah, micro degree 2, but where is micro degree 2? Okay, let me run the command. This is the command to find the file with the name, because I don't know the location, right? So micro degree 2. Okay, locate, it will not work here because it is just a simple git bash. Let me search here. Terraform downloads microdegree.pm microdegree. I think that keeper is not here, so I'm going to terminate that. 1 minute. Let me terminate real quick, and so let me launch a new one. EC2. Yes, I can select this one also. W11 yet. Yes. Okay, I'm not given any name. Yes. So now ssh-i micro degree pem and then ec2 dash user at the rate. Let me copy the IP and paste, enter. It is just spinning, so it may take a while for me to log in. Yes, so now, so once you are logging, so AWS dash version, sorry, AWS dash version. See, okay, so AWS CLI is already installed in Amazon Linux too. Okay, Now if I do AWS S3 LS, it is not going to work. See, it says unable to locate credential because it is looking for that credential. You can configure credential by what it says. See, if I run, you need to run what? AWS configure. See, it is asking for what? AWS access key ID, and next it will ask for secret access key. But one thing to be very careful here, we should not, it is not recommended to give like this, because what happens, now I can give like this. Okay, now let me go to IAM. I have already created a user by the name Terraform, right? So I can give this. Okay, so I can give this, I can generate, I can give this, but what happens, it will be stored. Suppose I am giving some value. Okay, just for demo I am giving some value. Default region you have to give US East 1, that is my default region, right? And JSON you have to give. Okay, now also it will not work. See, because I have given some dummy invalid access key ID, right? Because that invalid key I have given. So if you remember, there will be a hidden folder called cd.aws. If you go here, that will be stored here, Vim credentials. See, so it is a security issue. See, anybody having the permission, okay, he can copy this and he can do some nonsense things. So that is why this thing is not recommended. Then what is the best thing? The best thing is you can create a role. Okay, so what is that roles? So you have to go inside the roles. Next, create a role. Okay, select AWS service, and common use case is EC2. Select EC2 because we want to EC2 to talk to, okay, and S3. So EC2 will S3 allows S3 to call AWS service. So you can select S3 also. Okay, so if you want S3 to talk to any other resource, but for now we want EC2 to talk to S3, so I am selecting EC2. Go next, and again what permissions? So S3, type for S3, right? So S3 full access. So I am going to select S3 full access. Role name EC2 to S3, and that's it. Create role. Okay, EC2-S3 already exists. So what I'm going to do, I have already created. So I'm going to select that. Okay, so I'm going to leave this. I'm going to EC2 section. Okay, so I'm going to the instance where I'm going to attach the role. Go to actions. Go to security. Modify IAM role. Select the IAM role, EC2 to S3, and save. That's it. Now let me run the command AWS S3 ls. It will, well, I attach the role, right? 1 second. Instance. Security, yeah, EC2 to S3. Let me check what. Let me go to the role, whether it has proper permission. Yeah, S3 full access is there. Okay, it is picking the this thing. So let me delete that. Okay. So let me delete it because by diff we have put some dummy thing, right? So I'm going to delete it. Credentials. Yeah. Okay. So now whatever the buckets is there, I can see it here, right? Now, imagine I taught you one command to create files. Okay, touch file dot. Okay, I will create 100 files in one command. Okay, this is the command dot txt. Now if you see here, now this is some application. So it becomes very difficult to move, right? So what I will do, I will move to the one of the buckets. So I'll going to move to this bucket. So AWS, I'm going to run a loop. What loop? So far I in, okay, ls, okay, do AWS S3 move $I, where you should move to that bucket name. So you have to put like this S3, okay, and colon, semicolon, and done. So see here, now if I run the for loop like this, it is going to keep on until unless all the files are moved to S3 bucket. Now see the permission here. Now I will remove the permission from the EC2. Okay. Okay, go here, actions, security, modify IAM role, no IAM role, and save, and type detach, and see, observe here, it will fail now. So it's failed. Clear? And same way, if I go here, security, modify IAM role, attach role, and save. So it will pick up. So these things happens. Okay, so all files are there, so but still fail, some files are there, so let us move them also. Okay, so all files will be moved. Okay, so this is called, so why it is able to move? Because of the authorization what we have given to the EC2 instance to move the files to S3 bucket. Not only move, if you want to copy the file, so suppose if you want to, now nothing is there, right? Now if you have to copy some file, so AWS S3 copy, okay, okay, so you can, okay, oh yeah, and I need to put the that here, right? What happened? It copied or what? No, it didn't copy. Okay, I need to, yeah, then calling it adjustment. Okay, file star to here. Okay, file1 dot txt, right? See what is that? 1 second. AWS S3. And here, yeah, yes. So now it got copied. See, AWS S3 copy the bucket name and the file name, and the dot means current directory. It should download. So it has downloaded. See, so this way you can work on it. Clear? Now how we manage? Now forget about manual task. Now we need to manage the IAM user via Terraform. Okay, so that is main thing. See, this is very easy topic. IAM is very, very easy. But how we are going to create with the Terraform, so that we are going to see now. Okay, now manage IAM with Terraform. See, I told you, you need not remember any code. Okay, yes, so I'm going to share this link as well with you. Okay, so you are going to create a user. Okay, right? Yeah. So, and one more thing, before I go to the Terraform thing, there is one more thing I forgot to discuss, that is groups. Okay. So we discussed what is a IAM user, CLI user, but we didn't discuss groups. So groups are again a very simple topic, but yet effective. Why we create groups? Suppose in a team every day many people are joining and leaving. Many people are joining and leaving. So there is one way. Suppose one user joined. Okay, so he is a new user. You can attach the permission directly. Okay, or else you can add him to the group. This is a group, so group will have a permission. So n number of users added, so automatically whatever the permission this group have, they will inherit. So that is the meaning of the groups. So let me show you here what do you mean by groups. Now go to IAM. Now see here user group. So these are what we have created, trainers group. See, so group will have the permission. So we can add n number of users to this, right? So that is the use of group. So we can add the users. So add users. So I can Raj here. So Raj is a new trainer. So I can add him. Or Nilkant is a new user. So I can add him. Or else I can remove him. So that is why we use groups, because in organization we will have a admin group, network administrator groups, developers group. So based on their group, so we will have custom policies created to that group. So automatically we will add that user to the group. Okay, yes, so that was all about the AWS IAM. Any doubt, guys?
No, sir.
Okay, yes. Okay, so I am going to share this link. Okay, you have to practice. I will show you, it is very straightforward. Let me put it in the group. Okay, now see here, see Terraform provider, project structure and all you have already know. Okay, so if you practice, I'm going to show you one example. Okay, see here, see, it is very simple. Resource IAM user. User, see, user means if you have to reference inside the, see here, see, create an IAM user is an identity used to interact with AWS resources. To create an IAM user, use the, this is a module. What is this? This is a IAM sorry, AWS underscore IAM underscore user. This is a module actually. If you right click and open the tab, you will, I told you that itself, right? So everything there is a policy given, right? So you have to create a user. Okay. Now see here. Okay. See, to create a user, and I'm going to use this module and assign the required access such as user, which is identity of the user, to associate it with the access key. Okay, if you have to associate with the access key, we need to mention like this. Okay, now let me see. Let me come to the see here. See, these are the okay. Now path means, you might be thinking what does this path mean? So path means it is a, if you just mention a single hash, it means a root user. Okay, or else if you see here, see for the this one, see path means original default is this path in which to create the user. Okay, so that we will discuss. Okay, now let me create this simple user. Okay, so today some of them are absent. I mean, many people are absent. So we are going. I'm going to create some only one simple example, and then we will continue tomorrow. Okay. So for example, let me open this. Okay. Now let me create this user. Okay. Go to your text editor and Terraform project, new folder, name it as IAM. Okay. Now click here, new file. You can create as iam.tf. Okay, right? Now one thing you have to remember. Okay, you should always mention this. Okay, okay, so this is what you have to, and control S, save. And okay, so what are the commands if you remember? Okay, so where I have to go?
Initial,
Yeah, so cd Terraform project ls. So go to IAM. Yes, then what is the first command? Tell me. Terraform.
initial, IN,
Yes, so Terraform init. So it will initialize the backend, right? So let me change the user. So what is the username I have given here? So Luze John. I don't want this user. I will create. I will create as a Rambo, or I will say DevOps. Okay, I will create the user DevOps, and I'm going to save. Right? Yes. Now Terraform init is done. Okay, you're going to, now once you do init, it will create what, the hidden directory, what are all the modules it required. Now then Terraform what, fmt dash check, sorry, Terraform, yes, so slash diff. See, every day you need to practice. Okay, it is going to, now Terraform fmt is done. Then Terraform, what is the next command? Plan. Okay, it has to plan, right? So it is going to check your current, it is going to connect to my AWS account, and it is going to see whether that user is present or not, right? So now Terraform apply, that's it, and sit back and relax, it will be complete. And you have to type yes. See, it is going to create it. So already it is going to create. So now let me go and check whether it has created. Refresh. Of course, this is in groups, and this is going to user. where it is created, 1 minute. Yeah, see, DevOps. Clear?
So,
Okay, so path is /root. Okay, fine then. So I'm going to wind up for today because many people are absent. So we are going to continue tomorrow. Okay, bye. I will share the video. Okay, thank you. Bye. Take care.